Greetings and welcome to all Sankara TV viewers for this episode on the power of positive thinking. Yes, we saw in the last episodes about the psychological factor which affects our mind, which affects our power of positive thinking, which impedes the positive thoughts. That is, an example I gave was that of a elephant and a rope. Now, I will also again delve deeply into other factors which are an impediment, which impedes this natural flow of the power of our thoughts. One such force I already dealt with or gave you a small explanation is about anger. How anger creates puzzles in our brains and blocks and comes and settles in those synapses, the spaces between neurons, and how it blocks the free flow of information, and thus how our brain gets weakened because of this anger. It changes the body chemistry. Beautifully, Bhagavan Krishna says that krodhat bhavati sammohaha, sammohat smriti vibramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Krodhat bhavati sammohaha, krodhat, from krodhat becomes sammoha, delusion. Sammohat smriti vibramaha. Smriti is your memory power. Vibramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho. Your intelligence is punished, your intelligence is destroyed, and buddhinashat pranashyati, you are perished. That means from krodha, it changes your body composition. So krodha, as I told you earlier, is a very important factor which prevents you to have a positive thought, which destroys your thought. Yama also tells Yudhishthira, when Yama asks Yudhishthira, you explain, kim tu hitva priyo bhavati, kim tu hitva na soshati, na sochati. Grief, I will come to you. Kim tu hitva arthavan bhavati, kim tu hitva sukhi bhavet. Then Yama says beautifully, manam hitva priyo bhavati, krodam hitva na sochati. Sochati means, shochati means grief. You do not grieve if you throw away the anger, Yama tells him. Yama tells him, kamam hitva arthavan bhavati, lobam hitva sukhi bhavet. Kamam, lobam and all you must be knowing, lust and greed. If you throw away all those things, if you throw away the kamam, the lust, arthavan bhavati means you will get the wealth. Manam hitva priyo bhavati means if you throw away your ego, priyo bhavati, you will be liked, you will be the priyam to everybody, you will be loved by everybody. Finally, if you lobam hitva sukhi bhavet. Yama gives all those things because these are all negative factors. That manam, that ego, the krodam, the anger, kamam and lobam. All these are negative factors, greed and lust. So, if you throw away anger, you do not lose anything. You do not grieve at all. That is what he says. Even beautifully, Valluvar says in Thiruvalluvar, says in Tirukkural, there is a beautiful, he is a nice saint, a poetic saint. Tannaitan kakin shinam kaaka, kavakal tannaye kollum shinam. If you want to save yourself from anger. Otherwise, if you do not save yourself from anger, the anger will kill you. Now, why I am telling you all these things is, these are all present in our Vedas, in our scriptures, just to tell you that anger has to be removed. has to be excommunicated from your mind totally. You have to take a vow that under no circumstance would you get angry for whatever condition, for whatever reason it may be, because it is going to kill you and not going to benefit you. It is going to benefit probably the other man, your anger. Your everything from your reasoning power through your blood circulation to your heart functioning to your nerve system, everything is getting damaged. So where is a question of you getting positive thoughts here? When anger, the biggest cancer, the biggest negative thought is present. Because through anger you have its subsidiaries, you have the children, greed, you will have the greed, the kamam, the lust, the moham, everything you will have. Because it is a father, it is a parent to all these things. And once you have all these negative emotions like ego, like lust, greed, jealousy, criticism, fighting tendency, arguments, depression, all these things become big blocks of negative energy cells that occupy your brain, and they would prevent the growth of positive cells, positive energies. They will occupy your brain, they will occupy your mind fully, and that cancer will eat away. So with anger you get all these things. Therefore, under any circumstances, you kindly take a vow that under any circumstances I would not get angry at all, because by anger all your future dreams, all your future expectations get totally vanished. Dreams are something which you don't see in sleep. They are something which does not make you sleep. You have to dream well. You have to hitch your wagon to a star, Nehru said. So when you are prevented from such dreams, the main cause is the anger. You will only spend sleepless nights, not nights with dreams, sweet dreams, not nights with expectations, because of this anger. Therefore, anger becomes one of the main crucifying factor for you. Now, there are other factors that is associated that I told you as greed and lust and all these things. These are all minor factors, but they themselves can take great shapes. Sometimes even with slight anger, a greed can be very big with the help of a small anger. Therefore, you would not achieve anything what you think you can achieve with all these negative factors. These are all cancer cells that invade your body, which has to be surgically removed, and the removal is only by your thought process. Now, if you take what are the tools that are available to you to remove such bad elements, is one of them is first start with meditations, because at meditation your mind gets silenced and the brain waves go to what is known as the delta levels, the 0 to 4 frequency levels, and that at that stage when the system is so silent, it has the ability to make connectivity with a universal force. At that level of interference, it is very small, 0 to 4 hertz. It is scientifically said, even Dr. Mani Bhaumik says, at that lowest level of quantum state they call, you will find that it has the ability to receive an intuition through a connect with an universal force. You would be naturally guided by some ghost force or some divine force which would make or which would help you to make progress in your life, which would help you to achieve your expectations in your life. So that flash occurs at the what is known as the delta wave level of your brain, and for that the option is only meditation. Meditation happens to be one of the powerful tools for humanity to get into contact with such universal forces and slowly, systematically remove these negative cancer cells, these negative anger, jealousy, greed, I cannot, inabilities, all these things will go away from the dictionary. What is left is purity. Therefore, meditation is one of the finest factors, finest tools for a person to remove his own negative thoughts. This is one of the finest tool available to mankind. Without meditation, without mind control, without knowing its value, most people would definitely find or say that they have no time for meditation, not even for half an hour. But that is not an excuse. If you want to achieve your result, meditation or stilling your mind, which will help you, your mind in all walks of your life, is very important, because that is the training ground. If you want to be a good hockey player, if you want to be a good football player, a basketball player, first you should know to run fast. Jogging is important, they say. The first training is jogging, and then only comes your skills. Similarly, the first training here is meditation, and then only comes other factors of positive thinking, because that is the training bed. Unless you develop your mental energy through meditation, then your ability to think positively even under distressful conditions would vanish. A person should have an ability to be calm under stressful conditions. Only then he can have the power of positive thinking flowing through him always. If he is interpreted or interrupted, I would say interrupted, or he interprets some other situations and says, this is a stressful, I cannot meditate, then his mind becomes weak. Then there is no scope for him for positive thinking. Therefore, in order to prevent this, meditation is an important factor, and that should be adopted under whatever circumstances regularly and even under stressful conditions. Training yourself to meditate under stressful conditions is a very, very important vital factor, because eventually you will conquer that stress. Eventually you can come over the stress, whatever stress feeling, and by that you will never feel stress. Once you conquer the stress, you will never feel stressful. You will never feel that stress. Therefore, meditation is one of the important factors for you to conquer negative thoughts and lay a path for positive thoughts. You should also try to interact with people who speak positively. As far as possible, first never try to associate yourself with people who always talk negatively, who criticize others, who find jealous of others, who hate others, who do not love others, because that atomic cells, that atoms, that electrons or protons or subatomic particles can also fall upon you. That could also give you a radiation of negative energy, and thereby you can bring and develop such energies. Initially, you associate yourselves with good persons who have a natural flow of thought, who do not criticize or do not abuse others, who are always optimistic in their life, who are generally good persons, because these interactions are necessary to develop such thoughts. Otherwise, these thoughts by you will get impediments. You will find tough to cross over such thoughts. It has to be relatively easy for you to cross over such thoughts. The very simple mechanism by you saying that I do not want to do this, I do not want to do that, comes from your friends too. Hearing frequently such sentences, such ideas from your peers or from persons who are surrounding you can also be an impediment to you to develop your positive thoughts. So try as far as possible to move with friends who are relatively very good, who do not by themselves carry or express any negative thoughts. Once you start attracting these positive thoughts, the positive thoughts will come again and again, and your subconscious mind will attract only positive thoughts, and slowly you find that to attract positive thoughts are very easy, and you are achieving things, the expected things easily, because your subconscious mind is obeying your conscious thoughts. Therefore, the law of attraction also works. It's called as a multiplier accelerator effect. Once you overcome the negative thoughts and start attracting small positive thoughts, these thoughts slowly start flowing into you, and later on they accelerate and multiply, and you would find a deluge of positive thoughts flowing in you. You will be probably at the ninth heaven, they say, seventh heaven, seventh loka. That much of a comfort you would get simply by avoiding these negative thoughts. The law of attraction itself will work. Always try to develop the habit of communicating positively with others instead of using strong negative words. I was surprised when people say, attribute even drinking as a negative word, because by habit it has become a negative word. I am drinking milk, I am drinking water, I am drinking coffee, I am drinking tea. But whenever you say somebody is drinking, it means he is drinking alcohol, it means by usage. So wherever you find negative words are there by usage or by meaning, please try to avoid. So if you want to say I am drinking, you say I am drinking water, I want to drink water, complete the sentence. Because even that iota of negativity should not come. As I told you earlier, he will say, oh, what a killing beauty, they would say. This killing is a wrong word. What a magnanimous beauty, or what a lovely beauty. Something, those words you can express. A devastating knock by that cricketer, 100 runs he made. What devastating? Did he kill or devastate anybody? He scored 100 runs in his cricket. So you say a powerful knock or a big score he made. See, these words they use without their knowledge, without knowing their meaning. The negative powerful word is associated with a positive thing, it cancels the beauty. So such words also can breed negativity, negative thoughts. So those have to be avoided in your communication skills, whether you communicate or you receive communication. So these are some of the tools which one has to understand by usage of words, by building a very good positive atmosphere in your own house, by not scolding your children, by not fighting with your parents, by not fighting with your brothers and sisters. You have to be a role model. What is there in life afterwards? These negative feelings, negative thoughts or negative expressions, as I told you earlier, that if you do not go to office in time, you will get dismissed. If you do not study well, you will fail. These are words that are not supposed to be used at all. I have already given you an example. If you study well, you will become a big doctor. If you study well, you will become the prime minister. If you study well, you will become a very big scientist. If you study well, you will get first rank in the class. That is different. That is positive way of talking. The negative way of talking is what I told you earlier. If you do not study well, you will fail. If you do not go to office in time, they will dismiss you. If you do not take care of your health, you will die, they will say. You should say, if you eat good food or if you take care of your health, you will be very strong. If you take care of your health, you will live long. So these expressions, these communications, which I gave an example, a difference between positive communication and a negative communication is very important, because from this it starts. It's not a something which, positive thinking is not something which you can go to a shop and buy by paying some money. It's not available off the shelf. It is a culture, it is an habit, it is a practice that you have to inculcate first in you, indoctrinate in your brain. First you have to learn, first you have to change yourself, learn, practice it, and then only you can preach it. That practice should start within your house, within the four walls of your house, with your son, with your relations, with your wife, with your husband, with your father, your mother. It should start germinating from there, and that would create a beautiful, positive, magnetic field in your house, and this magnetic field will start flowing to the next house, to your neighbor house, and from the neighbor house it will start flowing to your street, entire houses in your street, to your friends everywhere in that street, and from them, through multiplier accelerator effect, it will go to the town, to the entire city, to the entire state, to the entire country, to the entire world. Likewise, we should start. Small drops make an ocean. So that has to be practiced by every household. Instead of practicing violence, kill that man, cut his hand. Mahatma Gandhi was the only person who practiced non-violence. Non-violence is a positive thought, it's a positive energy. Violence is negative. And that is why Einstein spoke specifically about our Gandhi. Einstein the Great did not speak about Christ or Krishna or Prophet or Buddha. Christ or Krishna or Buddha was not appreciated by Einstein the Great. Einstein spoke about our Mahatma Gandhi because of his positive belief, which is non-violence. Generations to come, it is scarce to believe that such a man walked in flesh and bones on the face of this earth. That's what Einstein said about Mahatma Gandhi. Because non-violence is a big positive energy which Mahatma Gandhi has bestowed on this humanity. And we know how much people are suffering because of violence. Rich countries with oil, rich countries, their own citizens kill each other. If violence is practiced, the violence will finally devolve on your own house also. Finally, you will show violence on your own brother and sister also. Violence should not be practiced with even any third parties or even with your enemies. Try to reform your enemies. So, being non-violent is the biggest positive energy in political field now. It's the biggest tool. Be peaceful. That is what they say. Om Shanti, we say in our Vedas, because let peace be everywhere. Let peace be the finality, because peace by itself is the universal force. It's a universal bliss. It's a universal positive energy. Nothing can be better than that, because with that as an umbrella, with that as the cloud, all the other positive energies come through as raindrops. That is what Mahatma Gandhi was appreciated, how Mahatma Gandhi was appreciated by Einstein the Great. So what I want to indoctrinate is these positive cells, which I would call positive energies, are these. removal of your anger, which anger because produces lot of other by subsidiary products, negative products like greed, lust, everything anger produces. Be non-violent, associate with good friends, be communicative with positive words, never use the word not anywhere. Never feel that you cannot do anything, cannot do anything, I am not capable. Never feel all those things, because all these things adds up. Therefore, the removal of all these things, the implementation of all these things which I told you, creates a beautiful field for you, a beautiful magnetic field of positive energy and positive thoughts, that you would enjoy your life happily with the power that you wanted to have. And the power has to be built up slowly and steadily. It is not the power which you can buy from a shop. So with this, viewers, I end today's episodes, and we shall continue further in the future episodes. Thank you all.